Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning makes. My name is Jill, and I have a blog and Instagram called Greenwood Girl Cards, which I've also added here to my YouTube channel just to eliminate some confusion, which is why my name is so long on YouTube. I might eventually just change it to Greenwood Girl Cards. Anyway, I am coming on to share my Saturday morning makes, at least the start of them. I've had something come up this morning, and I'm going to probably not be able to finish this today, but hopefully tonight or tomorrow I'll be able to finish. But I wanted to share as far as I've gotten. I've been creating since early this morning, and I've been playing around with these sweet bunnies, and I had shown these on my video last weekend for those of you that maybe are not familiar with them. And these are the IOstamps bunny sets. And the two that they have in their store right now are just these two. Sock Bunny Love, which is CL 1187. Okay, and these are by Alesa Baker Designs, or Alesa Baker Designs, for Impression Obsession. And so I had shown this is the newest set that just came out. And I love that it's two friends, or you could even have it be boy-girl. There's a lot you could do with this set, and it has some wonderful sentiments in it also, including this sweet little hugs and love you. And it has this beautiful primitive heart that's kind of rustic looking. It has a little envelope and stuff. So this is one of the sets. And then the other set is one from last year. And this one is called CL 1002. And it is just called Sock Bunny. Okay. And both of these, if you type the word Sock Bunny in the search bar at IOstamps.com, just type the word Sock Bunny and these will both come up. Or you can also put it in by the number CL 1002 or CL 1187, and they should come up. Okay. I'm sorry, that's not focusing very good. There you go. But anyway, these are what I've been playing with this morning. And the other items that I'm playing with to dress the bunnies, there's a bunch of these vintage dress in Iralamijashop on Etsy, in her shop. And this is how you spell her shop name. It's Iralamijashop. All one word. So IRALAMIJASHOP. And if you type that in the search bar at Etsy.com, her shop will come up. You'll see her files, and you can click on one of the files and then click on her shop name to go to her main page. But this is the vintage dress #2 file, but she has many, many dress files in her shop, and I'm just playing with this particular one, and I did print them out so that I printed two sets on one 8.5 by 11 sheet, and that was so that I could get them to the size that I wanted to play with the sock bunnies. And then the other thing that I'm going to use on the cards that I'm creating is this Shabby Easter Sentiments printable, and this is also in her shop, and it's one of her new things. And these are all of the new items are part of a sale that she did. She sent me the new items, and this paper that you see that I'm using as my background today, this is from her Spring Sunshine paper pack. Okay, so these are digital printables, and it's a set of papers that you can purchase at her shop. And these are the papers that I'm using right now to make my bunnies with the exception of these ones that are made with some gingham papers. But all the floral papers that you see the bunnies cut out with here are from her Spring Sunshine papers, okay? So that's what I'm using. And then these are just some gingham papers that I have digitally from just a shop on Etsy. And I believe Betty in her Iralamijashop, she also has some pastel gingham papers that you can purchase. So, but I wanted to also make some boy bunnies. So I cut some out of some beige and some brown gingham. So I just wanted to come on and kind of show you what I was doing. And I thought for my Saturday morning make, I would show you how I took the dress and I made it fit onto the bunny sideways. And on this one, this particular dress does have some pleating. Here, let me show you this really quick. It has these little buttons down the front, so you might want to use one of the dresses that doesn't have any buttons to do this, because you'll notice even though I did do this, the buttons are kind of coming down here, and they're also, you can't really see it, but there's also the buttons under the arm. So I would use one of the ones that doesn't have the buttons, okay? Or you could take a brown marker and make some ruffles going all the way down or something. You could alter the paper with a marker. But I just wanted you to see how I dress these. And one idea I had is like if you were making some sort of a cupcake or something for Easter Sunday, or even for like a bunny themed birthday party for a little girl, you could take like a little straw or even a lollipop stick, and you could glue these onto the lollipop stick with hot glue. And these would look so cute for a little girl's birthday party. So I just love these. They're so cute. I love that we now have both the front view and the side view. And if you'll remember from last year, the way I do the front ones is you cut out the dress and you're going to cut it down at the bottom a little bit. And you can always glue the ruffle piece back on. Okay, so you can actually glue that back onto the dress. And then what I do is you'll see that the dress is a little bit big and it's hard to see the arms. So what I actually do is I cut up around the arms like so, and then I just cut them off and I reattach them. And you don't have to do it perfectly because the dress is going to cover up the rest. So you can just cut off the arm. There we go. And then you have your little bunny without the arms, and you're going to go ahead and size your dress, you know, and you can cut it shorter if you want. It just depends on, you know, how you like it to look. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll glue this on. What did I do with my glue? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this glue in the center of the bunny. And of course my glue doesn't want to come out because I'm on camera. All right, it's not working. Oh dear. All right, let's see if I have any other glue in my, here we go. We'll use this one. We'll use my Tombow Mono. All right, so we'll put a little bit of glue. That's way too much. Oh my goodness. And we're going to just glue on the little dress. Okay. All right. There we go. So you're going to get that placed how you want it. And it can be a little bit down from the neck if you want. And you can always put a bow here too. But, all right. And then what I do is I just put a dot of glue on the back of the dress where the arms are going to go. So where those little sleeves are, you're going to put little dots of glue, all right? And then you're going to put their little arms back on. And you can place them, you know, however you think it looks best. And sometimes you have to trim them down a little bit. If not, you can just place them back on, and then you can also put something in the little arm, like a flower or a heart or a little Easter egg, if you have Easter eggs cut out. And that way your bunny can be holding something. And this is what the back looks like. And if you want it to have a clean back, you can lay this on craft paper or white paper, either way, and just trace around and then hand cut, and then you'll have a piece to put on the back if you want this covered up. It just depends on what you're going to use it for. If you're just putting it on a card, no one is going to see the back of it. But that's what it looks like dressed. And then if you did cut the ruffle off, you can glue the ruffle back in place and just trim it to size. So you can put it right back on the dress if you want. So let's do that really quick, and then we'll just cut off the end. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue here and run it along. Little dot, pull it along. And then we'll just set this ruffle back in place. And I did edge everything in a very light tea-dye ink. So I did use this distressed antique linen just to kind of get a nice light brown edge to these. So you just glue that back in place, and then you're just going to cut off the extra. side against the side of the dress. There we go. And you can even grab your ink dauber and just ink that again a little bit. Okay, so there's your dressed bunny. That's the front dressed bunny. Okay, and again, it would look so cute if you wanted to attach these. You know, you could make a backer for it, like I said, trace around it and make a backer, and then glue the backer in place with a straw or even just a small toothpick in between, and then you could tuck these into things. But I'm going to, of course, make cards with them, so that's just an idea. But you can see how cute it would look to have a group of bunnies, even a little boy bunny if you want, but have them all together on a card front. And I haven't dressed this one yet. This is the amount of the dress that I trimmed off to get this look. So I cut this amount of the dress off after cutting the ruffle off, and then I put the ruffle back on. So that's just a visual so you can see about how much you're cutting off the bottom of the dress. So you cut the ruffle off first, then cut an additional almost a 1/4 inch, and then glue the ruffle back in place. So there's my little bunnies, and on this one I'm going to show you. So this is the sideways facing bunny, which is from their newest set. Okay, so I stamped these 2 bunnies out, and then I cut down the middle, and I cut this right facing bunny out, or left facing, I guess. And then what I did was I poked my scissor into the area where the arm is, and I just trimmed the arm up to the top, okay, on both sides, and then across the bottom. And the reason you have to do that is because I want to slip the dress up into here. And this particular dress has a V-neck, so I'm actually going to trim off this part of the dress. I'm going to come in and just do a little trimming like so. And I'm going to get rid of that V-neck part of the dress. And that way I can bring my dress up. And the other thing I need to do in order to make it look like this sideways facing dress is I need to cut off both of the arm sleeves. So I'm going to come in here and just cut up the arm, set it aside. We're going to reuse it. And then I'll also do the same on this side. I'm going to cut up just around the side of the dress, cut up the sleeve. Okay, so that takes that sleeve off too. And then you're left with this piece, and you can see how that slips under. And I'm actually going to trim it a little bit more here to just make it a little bit straighter. All right, there we go. Because you're just trying to fit it the best you can underneath the arm so that it slips up in here. And then I put a bow on here to sort of disguise it when I'm done. But there's the arm sticking down. Now you can see the dress is way too long. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the bottom of the dress just so that I can have a nice shorter dress to put on the bunny. So this piece is a piece I no longer need. Okay, so that kind of gives you the visual. I just trim it in kind of a ruched edge. So you don't need that piece, you can just discard it. And then we'll come back in and we'll see where we're at here and if we like the way it's looking. So yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. It still looks like it's a little bit too long to me, so I'm going to actually cut this one a little bit shorter. I'm just going to go along the curved edge one more time. And I hope I'm doing this in frame so you guys can see it okay. All right, so we're going to just tuck that up underneath there. There we go. All right, and that's her little tail right there. And you could almost cut around and let the tail show if you wanted to. So I don't know, should we do that? I don't know, do we want our little tail to show? We could make the dress even shorter. Let's do it shorter. We'll make the tail show on this one just for fun. All right, so I'm going to cut that off again. And we'll poke this one up. There we go. Now her tail shows. And you could even add some white to the tail so it really pops. So there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place, and then I'll show you how to add the sleeve. You could certainly leave it sleeveless if you wanted to, but I'm going to add the sleeves back on. All right. So I just put a little bit of glue. I'm going to slide the dress up into place. All right, and I haven't inked this one. Normally I would ink it before I put it on, but since I'm just trying to show you guys on camera how to do it, I'm going to keep going. And you could always tip this up this way and just give it a little bit of ink before the glue sets up. So anyway, all right. And I usually ink him, and I do add a little bit of color to the bunnies too. I make cheeks and stuff like that. But there we go. So now what I'm going to do is these two little sleeves that I cut off, I can actually glue them back in place to create the sleeve. And I usually do, whoops, where did it go? I usually do trim them. So you do want to get kind of a nice edge on them. So I'll trim a little bit off sometimes and just make sure that I have a nice edge that's going to work good with what I'm doing. So then I just glue them one on top of the other to get kind of a puffy sleeve, if you will. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this very easily on camera, but you can kind of see what it's going to look like. We'll do one at a time. Let me pick this up. So you just put the sleeve piece back in place like so, and glue it down. So let's go ahead and ink this a little bit, just to give the edges a little bit of brownness. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and just put a little bit of glue, just a dab of glue. You don't need much. And I'm going to stick this piece in place towards the right side of the sleeve. And then I'm going to grab the other piece of the sleeve and I'm going to ink it a little bit. All right, just to kind of get rid of any white edges that might be showing. And then we'll put another little dab of glue, same spot, just a little bit, and smooth it around with the tip. And then we're going to put this on here too. And we'll put that into place. All right, there we go. And so there's her little dress. I'm going to add a little more of the ink just so that this brown color sort of peeks out a little more on this side and the other side. There we go. There. And you could even tuck a little flower under here, or you know, I have this little egg die, which I know you guys have seen me use this. This is the little egg die from this is from Poppy Stamps. Here's the company. This is a 2019 die from Poppy Stamps. I believe this is still available at Simon Says Stamp, and it might be available at a lot of the other stores too. But this die set has these little tiny eggs in it. You get 3 different sizes, and let me see if I have any little ones cut out right now. Do I? No, I don't. I do have a medium size one, so I'll just show you with this because I have to cut a few more out. Oops. So let me set this aside really quick. All right. So you could then tuck a little egg so that she's holding an egg for Easter. And that would look cute. I actually kind of like that it's a bigger egg. I think that's cute. So we'll glue that in place too. So you just need a little bit of glue on the inside of her arm here. Just go like that, put a dot of glue. And then you could ink the edges of this just to have it not look so stark white and go a little bit better with her, even though it's sparkly. There we go. So we'll just go like this, and she's holding her little egg. All right, and I put way too much glue. Never be afraid to wipe glue off if you got too much. There we go. All right, so we'll just tuck the egg under and glue it in place. There we go. So now she still needs some coloring on her cheeks and stuff, and I just use like a little blush marker. This one is from American Crafts. We'll just give her a little cheek here. And we could take our brown marker. I'm going to just darken up her ears a little bit up here. Add a little bit of color. And maybe down here at her feet too, we'll put a little bit of color, just to give her some more detail. And you could of course add, I don't think I have a good brown marker in here, do I? Yeah, I'm gonna wait and do the marker part later. But I would darken up the eyes probably just a little bit. But you can see we have our little bunnies all in a group now. And the only thing that's missing is the little bows. And that's what I really love this thin twine for. This is that marker. It's from Spellbinders, but it's Fun Stamper's Journey. This is their twine. And I just like to tie these little tiny bows with this twine and tuck them onto my little bunnies. So we're just going to trim this just like so. And then you have a little bow to add to the front of her dress. And I think those are a little long. Let's trim that off a little bit. So then just take a little dot of glue and we'll put a little dot right there. There we go. And we're just going to glue this right to the front and let that set up. So she's got a bow on hers, and then we can do a little bow for the other one too. And then these will look so precious on a card front. Let me grab a little card base here, or what looks like a card base anyway. But you could just take some, you know, a little pink card base, maybe an embossed floral panel, and then take your little bunnies and make a little bunny scene like so. And you get the idea of how cute these would be. And you could either do Somebody Loves You, you could do Happy Easter, depending on, you know, what you want to use the card for, and maybe you would tuck that up towards the top and then put the bunnies in a little scene down here, maybe on a gingham piece of paper or something. Anyway, I just think these would be so cute. So I need to do the one more bow for this one here, and that will be kind of my little Saturday morning makes for this week. I think I'm on I think this is episode 9, I'm not sure, week 9 or week 10. I'm 1 week behind on, I missed 1 week already this year, but you know, that's the way life goes sometimes. But it's so fun for me to just take a few minutes in the morning to be able to create. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and glue my last little bow down, and then when I have this card finished later this weekend, hopefully I'll come back on and I'll share it with you guys. But this just gives you an idea of what you can do with these fabulous little bunnies. And don't forget about my code with Iralamija, Jill March 15, JILLMAR 15, and it's right there for you. And you get 15% off Betty's new listings in her shop, Iralamijashop. So this is just a little bit of Easter ideas for you. And I can't wait to finish this card and come back and share it. Everybody have a wonderful Saturday. I can't wait to catch up on watching all of the wonderful videos and postings on Instagram and Facebook that everybody does each weekend. I always enjoy seeing what you're all creating. So I will be out there looking this weekend and into next week. I've been having You know, my back is still sore, so I'm not able to do as much as I was, but I hope you guys all understand, and I just so love when I get to come and see your videos and see what you're making. So I'm looking forward to seeing projects. I saw that my friend Patty posted a beautiful snowman card today using an adorable stamp set from Close to My Heart that now I want to go look for, like I need it, but it's just so cute, and it has kind of that prim style that I love. And so I look forward to sharing more in videos. Let me know how you like this video, if you like seeing me do the work versus just showing what I've made. And if you like this style more, I'll try to do more of it. All right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Blessings and hugs to everybody that needs extra special hugs right now. To Gigi and Mary, to my friend Nancy and her husband, Jean. And there's so many people that I know are struggling with things right now, including grief. P and many people that have lost loved ones to cancer, to different things. So my heart goes out to all of you. I'm always thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers. Rhonda and Elise and so all my friends out there. Susan's mom and dad and family. So hello to Laura of the Robin Laura. I love her channel. She doesn't post videos anymore, but I love looking at her Instagram feed. So go check out the Robin Laura if you don't know who that is. And I hope you guys will all just enjoy seeing all the creativity that's out there. And I will be back with you as soon as I can. All right, everybody. Bye now.